Hello everyone, and welcome back to Writing Tutorials. In today's video, we are going to go step by step through a professional sample of an application letter to a principal for a fee refund. Now, before we dive into the actual letter, let's first understand what this type of letter is. An application to the principal for a fee refund is a formal request written by a student or sometimes by their parents, asking the school administration to return money that was paid, usually because of unexpected circumstances. For example, this might happen if a student cannot take part in an activity, drops out of a program, or has some unavoidable reason like illness or family emergencies. The goal of this letter is to politely explain the situation, provide necessary details, and request the refund in a respectful and professional way. This kind of letter is important because schools have financial policies, and if you want a refund, you must document your request properly. Writing it clearly and politely increases the chances of your request being accepted. So, let's walk through the sample letter we have here together. I'll break it down line by line so that you know not only what to write, but also why you should write it this way. We start with the sender's information at the top. Daniel R. Cooper, 8921 Maple Grove Lane, Columbus, Ohio, 43215, 614-555-7391. Daniel.Cooper@email.com. This section is very straightforward. You need to include your full name, your home address, phone number, and email. Why? Because the school must be able to identify who you are and contact you if needed. If you leave this out, your request might be delayed. So always make sure the sender's details are complete. Next comes the date. September 15th, 2025. The date is important because it records when you submitted your request. Schools usually process refunds within a certain time frame, so having the date clearly stated helps create that official timeline. After that, we have the recipient's details. Dr. Susan L. Anderson, Principal, Riverdale High School, 4500 Elmwood Avenue, Columbus, Ohio, 43210 here. We are addressing the principal directly. Always write the name, the official designation, the school's name, and the school's address. This makes your letter look professional and ensures it reaches the right person. One tip here: make sure you spell the principal's name correctly because it shows respect and attention to detail. Then comes the subject line. Subject: application for fee refund. This short line is very powerful. It tells the principal immediately what your letter is about. Schools receive many letters and requests every day, so a clear subject helps your letter get to the right file quickly. Always keep the subject specific and concise. Now we come to the salutation, which is the greeting. Dear Dr. Anderson, this is where you formally greet the principal. Make sure you use the correct title, like Dr., Mr., or Miss, because it shows politeness. Never use casual greetings like hi or hello in such formal applications. And now we get into the main body of the letter. Let's start with the first paragraph. I am writing to respectfully request a refund of the extracurricular activity fee I paid for the fall 2025 semester. Due to unforeseen medical circumstances, I will be unable to participate in the school's soccer program this semester, and as a result, I will not be making use of the facilities and resources covered by the fee. Here, the writer is doing two important things: stating the purpose and explaining the reason. The purpose is very clear. It's a refund request. And the reason is explained briefly because of medical circumstances. Notice the tone here: respectful and professional. You don't need to go into too much detail about your health, but you should be specific enough that the principal understands why the refund makes sense. Now, here's a tip. When you're writing this kind of paragraph, make sure you stay polite and honest. Don't exaggerate or provide unnecessary excuses, because schools usually require proof. If it's a medical reason, be prepared to submit a doctor's note if requested. The second paragraph says, I made the payment of $250 on August 20th, 2025, through the school's online payment portal. I have attached a copy of the payment receipt for your reference. I kindly request that the amount be refunded to the same account used for the transaction. This is a very practical paragraph. It gives exact details about the payment, the amount, the date, and the method. Schools need this information to locate the transaction in their system. Without it, your request may get delayed. Attaching proof, like a receipt, is always a smart move. It shows responsibility and makes the process easier for the school. Here's another tip. Always keep a record of your payments and receipts. That way, if you ever need a refund, you can quickly provide evidence. Now, let's look at the third paragraph. I sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may cause and deeply appreciate your understanding. I am grateful for the school's continued support and commitment to its students, and I look forward to rejoining activities once I am able. This part of the letter adds a very human touch. The writer apologizes politely, shows gratitude to the school, and mentions a hope to participate in the future. This is a great way to leave a positive impression. Remember, the principal is more likely to accept your request if your tone is humble, respectful, and appreciative. Here's a tip for you. Never demand a refund harshly. Instead, always request it in a professional tone. This small difference in wording can make your application much more effective. Finally, the closing paragraph. Thank you for considering my request. I hope for a favorable response at your earliest convenience. This is short and polite. It shows appreciation for the principal's time and gently reminds them to respond soon. A good closing should always sound respectful and hopeful without being pushy. Now we end the letter with a formal closing. Sincerely, Daniel R. Cooper. Sincerely is one of the most common and professional ways to close a formal letter. Then, of course, you add your full name. So, that's the complete breakdown of this sample letter. To summarize, start with your own details. Add the date. Write the principal's details. Include a clear subject line. Use the correct salutation. In the body, state your request. Explain the reason. Give payment details. And express gratitude. End with a polite closing and your name. When you put it all together, you have a strong, respectful, and professional application that gives you the best chance of getting your refund approved. And there you have it, a full walkthrough of an application to Principal for Fee Refund. That's all for today's video from Writing Tutorials. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more letter writing guides.